Hey, what's up? Liron here, and today we'll look at your works from the Washtober 2020 challenge. Hey, what's up? Liron here. Thank you for joining me in this video today. I want to share some of your excellent Washtober 2020 paintings. Now the challenge is over, same like Inktober challenge, only Washtober, so one painting a day. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you a lot of beautiful paintings that you created in this challenge, and then I'm gonna real quick go over my own paintings. Now I just have to note there were so many beautiful paintings, I just could not squeeze obviously everything into this video, so my apologies. All of the works, even those that aren't here, are just beautiful. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so there were once again so many beautiful works. If you enjoy someone's work, consider following them on Instagram or Twitter. It's just a nice thing to do. Let them know you got to them from this video. So we'll get started. Now I did write the names for some of the people. This is by Abby. So we have this beautiful log cabin, kind of similar to the one I did, only Abby changed the scene and actually added this tree here, which is nice. It's really fun to read the description of people in their posts and their thought process. I like it. They removed the mountains, some of the mountains in the background, and added a tree, and I think that works really well. So feel free to pause the video and read them in more detail when there's someone who writes in more detail. So this is by Adrian Yu. So many beautiful paintings, by the way, they had in their account. Just the sense of sunlight and saturation and color, everything works so well together, creating an interesting composition. I can really feel the warmth coming from this side and see the light again shining through the trees. So many beautiful works, again by Adrian. This one I really loved as well. It just goes to show you don't need much to get a beautiful look. It's just enough to drop a couple of things that hint at some kind of a composition, getting the colors to be interesting. The edges also, by the way, you see this beautiful top edge a little more blended, contrasting with some of the areas that are a little sharper and have these sharper shapes and details. Beautiful work. This one really made me laugh, by Andre. They had some really nice works, and I can tell there is a good touch, like a good finishing touch. You can tell there's a lot of effort that goes into this, and a lot of thought and planning and very careful execution, and the end result is really nice. I don't even know what day this was for, but some of these are very clear. This one, day 4 tube. It's beautiful, by Plumology. Couldn't find the name, but this is the username on Twitter. And this is just beautiful. It's so nice, such an interesting composition, very beautiful illustrative quality to it, that I'm really impressed by. And the way this tube is portrayed and all the colors splattering out, just really nice. We're gonna go rather quickly because there are a lot of them. I think like 50 or so. This is by Audrey Shantz, and I think that's so if the username is different from the name, I mention it. So this one is just beautiful. The contrasts and the light and shadow. I can actually feel the depth of things. I can feel how this is behind all of this, and this, I don't know what you'd call it, like pergola or awning, and the car. It's just really nice. Brenda Story, and this is cool because you get to see multiple works by the same artist, and I have seen a lot of people doing that kind of a thing, and that works really well. And I should probably share all of mine consolidated in one post. That'll be a nice thing to do. Here's a really cool one by Chaos Arts. Couldn't find a different name for this person, but what's really cool is that Chaos Arts created videos as well. So if you go and check out their account, they actually have a video of the process and removing the tape. It's really nice for this one and multiple others. So this really brought out creativity in people. This is by Dylan Shepard. This one is really nice. I love the flow here. This is one of my favorite things. You can feel this is watercolor. You get a very nice flow. And this isn't a critique video. It's just to share beautiful works by people. So don't take it that way, whether you're that person or a different person. But I love how there is this nice balance of sharp and obvious details and then softer ones in the shadows. Not to mention the colors, like this subtle, cool blue-ish shadow is really nice. Love the splatters. This was obviously for the mailbox, the one that I did live on the channel. So if you joined in on that, that was a really fun one. This is really cool, by El Valedia. I just the idea is really nice because it was for the communication prompt. I did this communication tower or radio tower or something like that, and this is one of the cooler concepts I have seen in like a message in a bottle. And also, if you add to that that beautiful chromium reflective quality of the bottle's surface, I love seeing this kind of an effect. So we are really, really nice. We have this one. Oh yeah, this artist, the artist introvert. Eva Dosti. Just so many beautiful paintings on this account. A lot of really, really nice one. I actually had to really pick and choose to make sure that that it's, I don't know, this approach to fire, it's for the log day. This approach to fire is so interesting and unique in a way. I haven't seen fire portrayed that way, and it's almost like taking a few steps back and not going as detailed, but it still really works well. So I don't know, I was really impressed by this particular one. Same artist, really nice. Look at this sharp shadow, getting these beautiful straight lines, probably with some kind of a pen. I would guess like an actual pen on this is probably hot press paper, or at least a little smooth to get all these details in. Really beautiful, really good touch. The highlights here, it's just a really beautiful work. The watercolor movement, Evelina Kardarinaki. Okay, sorry if I'm butchering people's names, but this is really nice. I love these. There was this trend of doing these watercolor skies, in looser colors and letting stuff blend. But this is one of the more unique ones I've seen, because it does have some hard edges. Usually it's just all a blur, but for this one you get to really see some of the edges. And notice how this just strips away all of the additional things, additional details. It just leaves you with the essence. And when you look at it, really think about how your eyes travel on the page, because it's just a very pleasing experience. I look at this darker area, and then my eye kind of moves over this more blended area, and it's attracted to this unique shape. It's just really, really nice. Not to mention the white splatters of the stars or whatever that is. Just beautiful work. So we have Franco Forleo, another really beautiful one. People aren't easy to draw and paint, and I think this is a really, really nice work. It also has this beautiful illustrative quality to it. I love how there's a lot of spontaneity in adding the background. It's just kind of there, not following the lines too perfectly, but it does have some variation in it of multiple blues. Just really, really nice work. And I always love details like the actual wording on shirts or actual real signs from a scene. I love when people preserve their essence. That's a really nice thing to do in 2012. Like, you can't get more specific than that. It's really nice. This is a really nice one. This artist, Himanshu, called Art Azur here, what they did is combine the Inktober and Washtober like very consistently. So you'd see many of these. I'm not sure if it was every day, but I think it was, because I've seen from like multiples. And this is really nice. It's a combination of body and card. So the Washtober prompt was card. I assume the Inktober one was body. And the way they combined it is just so cool. Look at that. I don't know what that window is. Oh, it's the previous picture. So yeah, I don't know. I just love this kind of a mixed media approach. A lot of flow, a lot of interest, and if you flip it upside down, you'll get something nice as well. Let's do that. I never do that. So you see another one. I don't know. It's just really cool. It has this cool quality to it of a finished piece too. Sometimes a finished piece can you can recognize when there is this quality. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, this one's really good by I Choose Watercolor. I love this because this is Jolteon. It's an actual Pokemon card of one of my favorite Pokemons. All of the evolutions. I actually sketched and inked and painted this one live on my first live here. So again, day 25 card, and I just love like actually recreating the details of the card, all of the text, all its attack, and all of that. That's really cool. And you will see I did also paint one card, so you will see later. This one is so good, by Ian Jackson, by the way, who has a YouTube channel. You definitely want to check it out. If you just search YouTube for Ian Jackson Watercolor, he also does lives. It's just really worth visiting. And this actually, it reminds me of another artist, Maximo Demicu, I think, and some of you I know are following him on Instagram. this beautiful, vibrant, shadowy style, very heavy in a good way. Like you see all of these pure, strong red shadows, like red brown, and then you have this green brown shadows, very bold with the colors, a lot of complementaries like the red and green, obviously, and really, really nice. Day 31, that was, I believe, status. Yes, status. So I don't know, it's a really cool take on the prompt too. So using the chess pieces as a symbol of status, that's really interesting. Okay, so we have Jesse Yokom, I believe. Jesse Yokom, yes. What I absolutely loved about this one is the colors. Obviously, look at these touches of blue. And these types of trees, I'm not sure if it's birch trees, but they have all of the colors in them. That's what makes them beautiful. I always catch a glimpse of yellows and reds and blues whenever I see these. And it's very satisfying to paint, especially Plein-Air, by the way, which I don't know, follow the tutorial. So we followed the tutorial by Prashant, which is also a pretty well-known artist on YouTube. So yeah, I don't know if it's probably, well, not Plein-Air, if it's following a process, but you could guess that this was done Plein-Air. So here we have Johnny B, John Bennett. And he's sharing all of his paintings in one go. I love this. The skateboard one is really, really cool. Oh, this one too I saw, I believe, on a different post, and I really love that. So let's see what he writes. 31 paintings, 31 days. I got it pretty close, yeah. Multiple paintings on days that he had more free time. That's how it goes. That's how challenges go. Way to go, John. Really, really good work. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, Jose Gallego. So this one, I just love this coin. It's so beautiful. So the prompt was 30. This is the coin of his country, Colombia. Look at it from like zoomed out. It's so good looking. I love it. All of the small details like this, getting the light and shadow here is really hard. And I love how he chose for the background to get colors that contrast really well with the actual coin. Like you get this gold here, so a blue and a purple, or a blue and a kind of a, yeah, it's a purple or magenta work so well together. It's a really good idea. Way to go. One by Josh Rosario. So this one I loved. Status. Started painting earlier this year. So earlier, this is excellent. Portraits are a challenge. I love the interpretation of light and shadow here and the clarity of it. You see a clear line between the light and shadow, and that's really, really good. And I love whenever people show the palettes as well. It's just fun to see, the different tools and supplies, which is why I do it as well. So really cool. Casey Boltrowicz, I believe. Boltrowicz, yeah. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So this one, obviously, if you know me, you know what I love about this. Well, many things, but I will say one of the main things is that beautiful variety of edges. We have the spider here, and that was day 9, sun, which I loved. And I used similar colors, by the way, for this day. We have the spider here. We have the background. The background is so blurry, and you see the contrast between the two. If I zoom out even more, look at this, just so beautiful. And the using this kind of a blue to contrast with the orange to get a feeling of foliage or something in the background is so smart. It's a distorted kind of green, like it may be green, but in practice it's actually blue. So that's really smart. Obviously, the spider web that contrasts with the blurry background. And one more thing that I want to really emphasize is this light value for the spider's legs. It does have this translucent quality to it, and that's something that's very hard to capture. So way to go on that. Like I can actually see through its legs, and that's something that is really hard to express. So way to go. Really, really good job on this one. And the silver black velvet brushes, which I love too. Learning to watercolor. Was their name? Kiki. This is a really cool one. I love the more sketchy, even urban sketchy kind of style to it. Persistence. This one of those specialty small shops you can still find in city centers beside the economic crisis, big box stores, and e-commerce. So I love the story behind this one. I love that it's clothes kind of fabric store. We have a lot of these here. It's just, they're really, really nice and interesting, and it does, like, it's a nice thing knowing that it's the same owner for many years and they have the store for a long time. I don't know, it's really, really cool, and I loved the idea. And the street sign, we have similar ones here, so I don't know, really cool. Here we have Chris De Bruyne, which is an active member in the chat in the live video, so thank you so much for that. So many beautiful pieces that I like. The ones that really stuck out for me were the tubes and the portrait that you posted, I'm going to show in a moment, in the Daniel Smith dot page. That's a really cool idea, like actually painting the dot page. And the tree here, obviously, so many beautiful works. Here is the portrait, and by the way, again, the usernames are here if you want to follow people on Instagram. Let them know you got to them from this video. It'll be a nice thing to do. So just beautiful, beautiful work. Today's the last day. I painted every day this month. What a great challenge. And you have shared, I believe, on the chat as well. Just way to go. Really, really good job. Lily V Art, Lily Vouge or Vogue, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Just beautiful. I love, again, that finalized look, that you see that the artist really took care about making it look final and really polished. And I love how all of this wet and blended action is contained within the letter. Just a really cool idea. And obviously, well, I would guess that the V stands for the V in the last name, and the prompt was letter. I love this prompt. So here we have Mandymalt, I believe. Yeah, Mandymalt, same name, same username, and Mystical. I love this one, and the Mystical Day, let me tell you, had some really, really beautiful prompts. I think it really worked people's minds to think in an original way. This is obviously a dream catcher, and I love how all the colors kind of blend together. I love the variety of that, so many of them all around it. So it's really cool, and definitely therapy. This kind of painting is really therapeutic. To look at and to paint. So really good job on that. This is Maureen Arthur. I'm always bad at pronouncing names. Sorry about that. The thing that really stuck out for me here was, well, this is obviously totem poles, is the colors. They're so interesting. Like, this is a more lemony, yellowy green that I don't usually use, and orange, and the purple is so strong, or the violet. The colors are just brilliant in this one. I love it. It's a secondary palette, what you'd call. It has a lot of secondary colors, again, orange, green, purple. I love them. And one more thing I have to say is I'm a big fan of this style of having a line and then adding a wash that kind of follows the line, kind of not following the line. So what you'd see by people like Peter Schiller here on YouTube. I really love that style, so it works really well. And look at the sides here, very clever color harmony, so going a little more subtle, a little more gray-blue on the side where the shadow is. Same goes for this one. I love it, and I love when the paint doesn't conform directly to the line art. It doesn't have to. The line art can be just a guide, and then you paint it however you want. So really beautiful work, Maureen. Here's another really good one. You can see the skill that went into this one. Really nice. This was for the machine prompt, day 27. I love this kind of a thing, like typewriter. Very smart use of the background to bring out the shape of the typewriter. Just really good work. So way to go. So many good works. Again, this is by MGT Colors, Michael Terry. And I love the idea of the prompt was phone. And so grabbing a photo, putting it on the phone, and then painting that. Just really a clever idea. And you're going to see later another painting that kind of resembles it in terms of the phone that, I don't know, I just like this a lot. So way to go, Michael. This is by Michelle Cooper. Just beautiful. Look at this, the color harmony, very subtle. Nothing screams too much at you, maybe except for this red that isn't that saturated, by the way. It's just the context. And the context that she creates here, Michelle, is just so good. Yeah, Michelle Cooper. Wanted to make sure I get the username right. Lighthouse, that's a fan favorite subject in watercolor. Look at all these variations here. This is so nice. I love it. I love that you can see some of the pencil lines through it. I leave them. This section here with the blue and the red contrasting just beautifully. So much to love about this one. Really good job. This is one of my favorites, by the way, by Monica Benkowski. For day 31 status, she wrote, status has many meanings, so I took a personal approach. My status is saved. And these I saw this, by the way, on the bus. I was on my way to dental cleanup, and I immediately commented. I don't know if you see my, no, you can't see my comment here, but I was really impressed by this one. The intricacy of the shapes of the crosses and the way they're portrayed is so smart. And then you get all of, and by the way, again, feel free to pause, read more of it. The shadows, these blue shadows, you have to love them. I mean, they're so nice. And maybe I haven't commented on this one. I did share it on my stories, or maybe I'm confusing the two. Sorry about that. But just really, really nice. And a lot of primary colors for this one. So yellow, red, blue, and some grays. Just, I love it. I love everything about it. Here's this one I loved as well by Oliver. Yeah, that's right, Oliver. This very clever idea for a plan. The prompt was plan. I don't remember what day it was, but it's just clever doing the Joker, and I love this one. And the expression, like the menacing smile, was captured so well. I love the text bubble as well. Really good job. This is by Pam Lake, so I'm gonna show actually two paintings of hers. And they're just really, really nice. So let's see, I decided to make a unicorn so I could play with some neglected paints for the day 23. I don't remember what day 23 was. Oh yeah, plan. And then the next one I wanted to show you is this one. I just love this shadow here is brilliant. It makes the person pop forward. This was day 10, so palms. And I love how it's palms, but the palms don't play a major role here. It's actually the person. So really, really good job on this one. Way to go. I really love it. And there's a clarity here. There's something in the foreground, something in the middle ground, something in the background. It's just very clear. Clarity is important. This is by Pam Lopez and Bicycle, and this is really beautiful. I love these reflections. I love the color harmony. Everything works out nicely. You feel like there's water splashing all over the scene. Biking on the beach in Bahia, Brazil. It's some of the most beautiful beaches there. So way to go, Pam. Really nice work. This is by Paula Giove. I'm not sure if Giove is short for Giovanni, but maybe it's just an actual last name. Machine. Look at this, the beautiful chromium surface effect of the metal and maybe some glass. Paula had a lot of beautiful work, so I saw a lot of beautiful things from her, and this was definitely among my favorites. I don't know, when there are so many beautiful colors like that, and I love the background setting up the shapes, so you get a lot of negative shapes here in this, I don't know, I guess it's a coffee maker? Yeah, espresso machine. So yeah, really, really nice work. Here is by, so this is a complex name, I remember, Raimonda Raulos. And this was for nostalgic. So I guess that's, I don't know if it's if it's, yeah. So I thought initially that it was from a movie or a scene or something like that, but it could actually be from a photo or a memory. That's probably what it is. Beautiful, beautiful work. The figure, it's very clear. She's sitting on the branch, the tree branches have a beautiful composition to them. They really go around the figure, and I love that kind of effect. And I also love the gaps. Like sometimes these gaps, I usually, very often I'll say avoid the gaps, make the shapes connected. But very often the shapes, the gaps do create that sense of three-dimensionality. And here there's a perfect use, like, look at this area here, all of this section. I love it. I love this tree here merging with the background, but then here you have a very clear gap. It's just a beautiful, beautiful scene, and the gaps do help sometimes, and sometimes they're a must. So really good job on this one. Look at the touches of blue here. Just so nice. Like if you remove the blue and the red here, you may get a very boring color, but these small touches are some of the things that really make the painting. And it's the same kind of blue reflected in the shirt. Just works so well. Way to go. Here's one by Raphael Powery. He has a different username, if I'm not mistaken, but or no, it says a different name in the bio, but it's fine. So this is another really beautiful painting. This used to be Tito Nelson's place. Don't know much about it, but you can again read. I have seen other really beautiful paintings on this same account, so you may want to check it out. Very subtle color harmony, very muted reds and yellows, and I love how atmospheric this feels. Like I really feel like I'm there, and I feel like I can almost feel like I'm a part of the scene in a way, and it has a very unique feeling to it. It's very hard to explain, and it's not a color combination I see very often. So I don't know, really, this work really attracted me. This one is really nice by Ravi Kumar Nidagal. And I love the originality of just putting in the wash, adding some text. This was for card. Tried out something new for today. So I love this. Difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. And I love this color combination. This looks almost like a canvas texture. So let us know if you're here watching the video. What did you use for this? It could be also obviously paper. I guess it looks like watercolor, though I could be mistaken. But really, really nice. Here's another one I really liked by. I keep mistaking Rob Boss. I always want to say Bob Ross. Sorry about that. So Rob Boss. From Hold Your Color. You'll see a lot of beautiful paintings on his account as well. Very nice person, comments a lot on my posts, sending me messages, and we've corresponded a few times in the past. Sorry, I know I missed a bunch of messages. My apologies. This is a really nice card, and a person looking at the card. I don't know, it's just so good. This one is really, really good. Everything about it, I love it. I love it. I love the background. I love the character. You can see the look. And this is probably from a film or something that I'm just unfamiliar with, but really, really beautiful. Let's see here again, another one, and you can tell that beautiful negative shape of all the foliage and the trees. And by the way, this is interesting. If you want me to do like review or critique videos, let me know in a comment down below. I'm curious. It's always tricky to do these kinds of things because you don't want to. Sometimes giving feedback is like, the person is really good and you don't want to discourage them from taking their current path. Sometimes maybe it's a stylistic choice, it's something a person wants to do, so you don't want to discourage that. So it's very tricky, but if you want to do that, I do know some people have asked for it in the past. Now let me know. Once again, I'll consider maybe in the future. Maybe we can do it live as well. I don't know. So here's another really, really good one. And again, he cheated here, so the word was plan. He turned it into a plane. Good job. I'm all for that. This one's really nice. Meskin Tape Romina Valensua F. This has such a nice quality to it. Everything is merged together. This was actually for the vase prompt, which is super cool because it's a vase, but it's for brushes and pens and brush pens and all of that, like art supplies. So I love that kind of a thing. And if you visit the original post, you can click that and see it from up close, from afar. I love all of the connections here of all of these shapes. Very almost Alvaro Castaneda-like. In a way, I love that way of merging stuff together. It's just beautiful. Let's see what else we have. This is by Sally Finch, and she sent me this to the email, to my email and the log. This is for the log prompt, and look at this. Just the thing that really captured me here was that sense of a late, maybe almost evening time of day where you get strong cast shadows with this beautiful golden color. I would actually go darker with some of the background to really make it even stronger. Maybe add some green to the gaps of the skies, but just beautiful, beautiful work, Sally. Way to go. I hope you see this because I know I haven't responded to most emails. I have responded to some of the newer ones. So thank you for sending me these. This is by Shoshana, and this was the first painting I picked up for my research for this video, and I love it. So a couple of things. Obviously, beautiful colors, very standing out significantly. This red it stands out a lot thanks to all of the grays and all of that. And I love the blending action. Look at how everything is blended and flowing together. It's very clear. Focus on the dart. So you could actually merge this with the prompt for focus day. And Shoshana has a lot of beautiful art as well. So you may want to check out her account. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, here's the other phone I told you about by Spider Kite. It's funny because I had a Motorola phone, a different one, but when I was in the army, we'd get these old fat Motorola phones that we eventually replaced with others. But if I zoom out a bit, this one has a really nice realistic feel to it. Especially the shape of it. I don't know why. It just really, really captured me. And I don't. That's like the outer screen, so it has very small details on it. I don't know. I really, really like this one. So let's see. Day 17 for Washtober is phone. Yeah, that was the word. And I remember when I got this phone, I thought I was really high tech and futuristic. Funny thing is, I still have a flip phone because I still prefer them. I love flip phones. I used to love them. So by Spider Kite. Here's another one by Spider Kite. I love that. Again, you can see the style. You can really see how a person paints by just a few works. So I love this. Again, this realistic quality, especially from afar in an impressionistic manner. I love that. Here we have these palms, obviously, for prompt 10 by Subharpois Biswas. I love this one. Very traditional, classic kind of way of painting the background, and then the palm trees over it with a darker black or gray value. I love how these contrasts with the sky that's very colorful. I don't know, just really, really nice. And I love the composition of the trees. It's very varied, not just one straight line. It's a really good job. And here's, this one is really cute. This is by Weird Amy Art. Weird Amy. Mailbox. I love this. Very illustrative. A hint of that ink as well, or line and wash. I love the expression. It's so cute. I don't know what the number is. Maybe I'm missing a reference. Sorry if I am. Let me know in a comment. But just really, really cool work. Here's one by Damaged Goods, and this is just beautiful. I chose an old tractor as my machine, so this was for the machine prompt by Wes Monsieur, I believe that's how it's pronounced. I probably am wrong, but hopefully that's a very French sounding name. And here, I love the limited palette. Very limited palette, very Velasquez-like. Some French ultramarine, some maybe burnt sienna, or some kind of an orange, some yellow. You can get so much out of these colors, and you really get the feeling at the time of day. Just really good work. And yeah, this one's the last one, so I really hope you enjoy this one. Now let's real quick go over to the table. I'm going to show you some of my work, well, all of my works, real fast, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so let's go over my Washtober work real quick. I don't want this to be the main part of the video in any way. Plus, I've already showed you some of them, so we're gonna go from the end to the start just to not be repetitive like the previous video. So here is day 31 status, and you have seen this one. Obviously I demoed it here on YouTube, so this was day 31. Very happy with how this one turned out. Now we have day 30, and for this one I actually painted this card of a meow. This is from an old Card-S, what's called Card-S card series of Pokemon, and I just recreated it. I actually have a picture I may edit later on. This was a coin, and this Pokemon has to do with gold and money, so I decided to do that. So day 30. Day 29 was log, and I decided to paint this log cabin, which ended up looking really nice. This was not intended to be animals or anything like that. It was supposed to be rocks, but then after I kind of was close to finishing it, started looking like cows or sheep, and that's what I turned them into. So, you know, spontaneity, work with what the paint gives you in a way. Let me show you another one. By the way, sorry if the light is a little weird. That's just, I don't know, it's late, so there isn't any strong sunlight, like natural light. Here is day 28, bike. Did this biker. Very happy with this one in particular. I don't know why it's so warm. I'll have to fix it later on my editing software. And the emphasis here was actually on temperature, connecting the bike rider and the bike to the shadow on the ground. Very happy with how this one turned out. Forgot the other leg, but oh well. So that's 28. Day 27 was this washing machine, and I told you this story about how in Arabic, makina actually means washing machine. The prompt was machine, so here we go. That's 27. Now, 26, I believe I have it somewhere around here. So it's this one. Yep, did this truck. Very happy with how this one turned out, and it's going to be a part of my 100 car challenge. One of my favorite recent paintings, actually, if I'm being honest with you. So that's 26. Now 25, we have this Joker. The word was card. This is a Joker of the bicycle cards, which were very hard to come by when I was a kid here, and when my dad got me one, I was really happy because I used to do card tricks, and it was just really nice. And then I actually had a few of them, but in the beginning it was really hard to come by, and I love the Joker design. Then we had day 24, Plan, and I went for a chess motif here. I hope you like it. So that's day 24, very loose, very fun, very quick. Day 20, oh, it ripped. Day 23, I should have somewhere around here as well. Oh yeah, day 23, I'm missing. I don't have that one, unfortunately. I'm going to overlay it because I sold it. It's an illustration of Slowbro, a Pokemon, and I sold it, so I don't have that. So I will show it on screen. Day 22, Vase. I actually took the picture that this one's based on. I am very happy with how it turned out. I love all of these negative shapes here, hinting at light and shadow, and you know, the glass curving the light in an interesting way. Day 21, Jeans. You have seen me paint this on the channel, so that was a fun one. So that's 21. Day 20, Focus. I did this painting like in 7 minutes, I think. It's, as you can hopefully see, an archer, but I went very quick, very spontaneous on this one. I just didn't have a lot of time, and I'm very happy it actually served a purpose, because some areas are in focus, others aren't. Then we had day 19, Letter. So I just went literal and painted my name in three-dimensional letters. I used to love doing this as a kid. That's 19. Day 18, Nostalgic. I actually did this character from one of my first ever video games that I had. Well, it was for the Game Boy Color. I had a Pokemon Gold game, and this was the protagonist. So did this one for day 18, which was Nostalgic. Then we had day 17, Phone. Did this one real quick. I believe that was on a Saturday. Just had fun with it. I love monochromatic work. It really allows me to go a little wild and crazy and have fun. Don't have to think about too many things. Day 16 is Darts, and I did this one's, added some element of pen and ink, just for the fun of it. I wanted to spice it up a little. Very happy with how this one turned out. Day 15 was the mailbox, and I did this one live on YouTube as well. Hopefully you were in that live video, and if not, I'm going to do many, many more. So that was 15. Day 14 is one of my favorites. This prompt was Smell. So I did a spoonful of coffee beans, and I can actually smell them almost. This one I really like. I really like how this one turned out. I love how the edges here are interesting. A lot of interesting things here. Then we have this one, day 13, Persistence, and I love this. I just decided spontaneously I'd go with just red, make it interesting, and this was the result. One of my favorites. Day 12, Cars, and this one is based on an aerial photo I took from a building of the road. I really like how this one turned out, and it's also a part of my 100 Cars challenge. Convenient. Then we have day 11, Communication. This communication tower was surprisingly easy to paint, but a lot of people have commented that they really like this messy look. It's just a bunch of lines, honestly, and then some opaque paint for some highlights. That's day 11. Now, day 12, we have to, then day 10, sorry, we have to go back to this one, Palm. Show this one on YouTube as well. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. It's a really good process video, in my opinion. So that's day 10. Day 9 was Sun, and this is one of my favorites here. Very gloomy, kind of polluted feeling cityscape, but also very interesting, and I love how all the highlights and everything communicates together. Look at it from afar. Also among my favorites. That's 9. Now, day 8, I'm going to have to search for a moment, and we'll see. So day 8 is here. Day 8, I also did live. Painted this one, remember? This bird of prey. Instinct, that was the prompt. Really an interesting one that I had a lot of fun making, and was really surprised that I was able to paint this kind of a thing live while talking. So very happy about that. And then we have day 7, which was Ripple, and here we go. I think you saw this one somewhere, though I'm not sure. If you remember the video I did on preparing for painting ripples in the water, was a preparation for this one. I love the ripples here. I love them. So that's day 7. That brings us to day 6, which is this one. The camera, the zoom, with the camera that has no zoom. So this one you also saw me paint on the YouTube channel, was a very fun one. Emphasis on mixing with the background and the interesting composition, all of that. That's day 6. Day 5, we have... day 5. Where is it? It's here. It's this uncanny smile. Not so happy with it, but you know, you have to take your losses. A bit strange around here. Day 4 is this tube that I really enjoyed painting. I love these three-dimensional patterns, temperature variety, a lot of blues, a lot of oranges, all sorts of interesting things. So that's day 4. Day number 3 was this study of my face, very impressionistic, loose, and almost abstract, went in one go real quick. Day 2 was this ridge of mountains, also quite abstract and fast. And day 1 is this Venusaur, and the prompt was leaf. So I hope you enjoyed seeing mine. I had a great time with this challenge. I had a really good time. Very challenged as well. Some days were really hard, but ultimately I'm very happy with everything. So thank you so much, and now let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, seeing your works. Hopefully your painting was featured here. I also tried, as you've probably seen, to share these on my Instagram almost every day. Share all of the works that I got that was sent to me, or that I was tagged in, or that used the Washtober hashtag. And I hope you enjoyed seeing my works as well. I definitely felt the challenge of the challenge, and at some point it was challenging to keep up. But again, creativity, you merge a couple of days together. Don't be a perfectionist, just get it done. So in any case, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this one. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how this challenge impacted you, if at all. And I'm happy for your feedback, and it helps the video get more views. And I will see you again in the next one real soon.